Hello, BBN. The whole team celebrated the arrival of champion Denzel Aberdeen to the Cats. But do you know all the skills that took him to the Wildcats? Let's talk about what Kentucky can gain from this player. Subscribe to the channel to receive more news. Denzel Aberdeen's arrival at the Kentucky Wildcats not only strengthens the roster for the 2025-26 season, but also represents a masterstroke by Coach Mark Pope in the competitive transfer market. The point guard, who won a national title with the Florida Gators in 2025, arrives at the program as a piece of enormous value, capable of raising the level of the team even further in its search for more glory. The way this deal was handled, coming almost out of nowhere amid rumors and speculation, demonstrates Pope's ability to identify opportunities and act quickly to secure players who fit the program's profile perfectly. Denzel Aberdeen is a versatile player whose ability to impact the game goes far beyond his stats. During his final season with the Gators, he posted solid averages of 7.7 points, 1.7 rebounds, and 1.4 assists, while shooting 41.5% from the field and 35% from three. However, it's his performances in the crunch that really highlight his potential. Back-to-back 20-point games against Mississippi State and South Carolina prove that Aberdeen can step up when needed, something that will be crucial for Kentucky in high-pressure games. Additionally, his contribution to the 2025 NCAA National Championship was key. Across the 6 tournament games, he has consistently performed well, averaging 6.0 points and 1.8 rebounds, while shooting an impressive 50% from the field and 40% from three-point range. In Florida's victory over Houston in the finals, Aberdeen scored 7 points and grabbed 2 rebounds to help his team clinch the title 65-63. This experience of winning on such a grand stage is something few players can bring with them, and it will certainly be a plus for Kentucky as it seeks more titles. One of Aberdeen's greatest strengths is his adaptability on offense. He has spent much of his career at point guard, but has also shown comfort playing small forward or small forward, providing depth and flexibility to the offense. His vision and distribution skills will be key to orchestrating Kentucky's offense, while his accuracy on the long-range line will add a new dimension to the team's perimeter. Furthermore, his ability to create individual plays in tight situations will allow Kentucky to explore different strategies depending on the opponent and the moment of the game. Defensively, Aberdeen also promises to make a difference. With his stature and tactical intelligence, he is able to pressure opponents and make it difficult for the opponents to advance offensive plays. His presence in collective defense will be especially valuable in a scheme that prioritizes intensity and organization, hallmarks of the style of play implemented by Mark Pope. The signing of Aberdeen also reflects Pope's strategic vision for assembling the ideal roster. With Otega Owa still evaluating whether he will remain in the NBA draft, the coach ensured that all 13 scholarship offers are accounted for next season, maintaining the necessary balance between experienced veterans and young talent. Should Owa return, Kentucky will have an extremely competitive roster capable of facing any challenge on the college scene. With his high-pressure experience, versatility on offense, and commitment to defense, Aberdeen has the potential to be a key player in Kentucky's 2025-26 campaign. And who knows, maybe he'll be the one to guide the Wildcats back to the top of college basketball. Let's get to it. Another 2026 recruit is now being scouted. After all, Kentucky always has its eye on the best. The ever-moving Kentucky basketball recruiting machine seems to have another potential diamond on its radar. This time, the name echoing through the virtual and real corridors of the college basketball community is Tyrant Stokes, a rare gem from the 2026 class who, even with almost 2 years to go before stepping onto an official NCAA court, is already attracting attention as one of the most coveted prospects in the country. With his official visit to Kentucky scheduled for May 15th to 17th, the Bluegrass State is preparing to seize yet another elite talent. While Mark Pope demonstrates why his strategic vision for the program has renewed hopes of a return to the top. Stokes, a five-star power forward, brings with him a rare combination of physical strength, technical ability, and versatility that few players can offer. Ranked number 1 overall by renowned platforms such as On3, 247 Sports, and ESPN, and ranked number 2 by rivals. The young player not only embodies the modern prototype of an NBA athlete, but also carries with him an emotional connection to the state of Kentucky. Born in Louisville and raised there until the age of 9, Stokes grew up breathing the air saturated with basketball passion that permeates every corner of the Bluegrass. This historic connection, coupled with the traditional excellence of the Lexington program, makes the official visit a unique opportunity for head coach Mark Pope to work his charm and present Kentucky as the ideal destination for the young prodigy's next chapter in his career. However, the current college recruiting landscape is far from predictable or simple. The influence, nil, now an inescapable reality, has added layers of complexity to players' decisions. For Stokes, this means that choosing between Kentucky, Louisville, Kansas, Alabama, or any of the other several universities interested in joining him is about much more than tradition, facilities, or the quality of the coach. The marketability he can extract from each program is a determining factor, especially when it comes to a player as promising as he is. While Kentucky has invested heavily in nil infrastructure to ensure it remains competitive in this new paradigm, there are still questions about how much these efforts will be enough to overcome equally aggressive competitors in the market. Coach Mark Pope, however, has demonstrated a remarkable ability to navigate these turbulent waters. Since taking over the Wildcats, he has worked tirelessly to revitalize the program, reconnecting it with its winning roots while still keeping in mind the contemporary demands of the sport. His personal approach, combined with a clear strategy for engaging with recruits and their families, has helped Kentucky remain relevant in an increasingly fragmented landscape. Furthermore, Stokes' presence at Kentucky would be more than just a recruiting win. It would be a clear sign that the program remains a dominant force in the process of developing future NBA stars. Players like Anthony Davis, Karl Anthony Towns, and Devin Booker have helped solidify that reputation over the years, and the arrival of someone with Stokes' potential could mark the beginning of a new golden era for Wildcats basketball. His ability to create plays, score in a variety of situations, and defend multiple positions makes him a natural fit for the dynamic style Pope wants to implement in his team. On the other hand, the fact that Stokes is considering visits to other college basketball programs, such as Louisville and Kansas, serves as a constant reminder that the work is far from over. Those institutions have their own tools for attracting elite talent, and Kentucky's job will be to convince Stokes that no other place offers the same level of exposure, development, and support needed to reach the next level. Emotional proximity to the state may help, but will take more than nostalgia to seal the deal. As Wildcats fans anxiously await word on Stokes' final decision, one thing is certain. Kentucky basketball is well positioned to continue to be a player on a national stage. Would this guy be a good fit? Comment.